You now tuned in to the Gumptown Podcast. I'm your boy Doug B. We ain't got nothing to talk about, but we got something to talk about. Let's go. Good people. Welcome back to the Gumptown Podcast, episode 68. I'm your boy Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving this podcast a shot. Today's guest, he's the event coordinator, venue operator of ALOE Events. I'm looking forward to this conversation, and I'm sure you all will be inspired by his story. Let's chop it up with Joe Jones. Joe, how's it going, man?
How's good, brother? Blessings.
Sounds good, man. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Of course, we're here to talk about ALOE Events. But before we go there, let's get to know the story of ALOE and your story, your backstory.
Okay. Yes, sir. Well, so actually, I am from Mobile, Alabama. That's where I'm originally from. However, though, when I was in college at the Alabama State University, so 4 or 5, I actually started doing more of the event planning aspect for within my fraternity, which is the greatest fraternity in the land, Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And so within that aspect of, I started doing more like a lot of collegiate events, such as parties and community service things of that nature. And so within that time frame, it was a man by the name of William Parks. I call him my uncle. He actually got me to the game with the whole event planning ordeal and just the business aspect of venues and so forth in Montgomery, Alabama at that time frame. And so for the past 8 years, actually, when I was in school, my major was political science with a minor business administration. However, though, I took more of a passion for, just like I said before, the event coordination aspect or the planning aspect, just the venue operation, things that nature does. So that's what I really land within that aspect of. Now, what comes down to the building, ALO is actually the acronym for another level of excellence. So within that time frame, the cousinship to is more so the sisterhood of My Place Uptown. My Place Uptown is actually our first facility. We've actually been in business for 12 years within My Place Uptown. So we were blessed to be able to create and pretty much enhance our aspect of another venue with the ALOE Event Center, which actually located 2596 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Now also with my place is actually 185 Eastern Boulevard, so it's a little bit further down towards the East Mall, things of that nature there. So with both facilities, what we do, we utilize the aspect of understanding events. Now we have more so, I believe, a more uniqueness within. I can say to say that I feel I can attest to that and say that within confidence that no one is really doing what we're doing within the ordeal of business without being diversified. So we have, say, within 7 areas of placement for each location. So these areas are more so can confine within any kind of event you might need. Within being more of an intimate event, say a baby shower or a small gathering of say 40 to 50 people, or even more of a large scale gala or a wedding that can say supply within say 300, 400, 500 people. We have 7 areas that can really satisfy your understanding. Not only that, we also have an array of different options, more so as catering, decoration. So anything that your heart desires, we have a slogan that let my place be your place for today. Another level of excellence awaits you. Because once you come into that room, we want to make sure that we take your dream and we take that to another level for you. That's within our due diligence for within our clientele. Yes, sir. So that's pretty much just the aspect of what we do within My Place Uptown, also ALOE Event Center.
Wow, man, y'all really making it happen over there, man. Rocking and rolling, like you just said, man. Just standing out because you all are, like you said, multifaceted. You can deliver different experiences and things of that nature, man. Love to hear it. So let's back up
Yes,
a
sir.
little bit. I know you say you're from Mobile, Alabama. What was your upbringing like in Mobile?
Mobile, Mobile is that's my city. I love it dearly. I had a great upbringing, to say the least. I had a loving mother, wonderful grandparents, and so forth. At the same time frame, it was probably within the household to an extent, but however, though, it made me the man I am today. I do have a father and so forth that we had our times and everything in that nature, but I can still say that I appreciate what I went through. A lot of people, I feel as if they look at their situation and they dwell within that situation and they don't see the promise within it. And also it does take the mindset to understand how to conquer those problems. So within Mobile it's a great city. It's actually growing as we speak. But at the same time frame, it has that crab in a bucket type of mentality for young black men within Mobile to an extent because it's really lacking. At that time, it was like an opportunity. So I was able to really get out of Mobile and be able to get a scholarship at Alabama State University through the academic aspect to it and start a fresh journey. Like I said, but I love my city dearly, man. I actually want to expand and do a new location here within Mobile as well, though. But again, though, like I said, Montgomery was Mobile is where my placement was my foundation, but Montgomery definitely accepted me and really I feel showed my true passion within my purpose in Montgomery, Alabama. So both cities are very just unique within my upbringing to an extent. Yes, sir.
Well, man, that's powerful stuff, man. Like you said, whatever you went through made you who you are today, man. And no matter what, you went through it. So that's commendable, man. Making that transition from Mobile up to Montgomery. So let's talk more about your time in Montgomery, particularly your time at the Alabama State University. What was the HBCU experience like for you?
Like none other. I feel like everyone has their own understanding of why they choose a school. Within the HBCU experience or either the PWI, wherever you get education and you feel like you're happy at, do that. But just for me, within the general, I was just in so much in love within just that experience of Black culture. And understanding not only is it about the academics, it's about the connectional aspect to it as well, though. Now, however, though, once I arrived at Alabama State University at 17 years old, I was still within an adolescent mindset to an extent. I've always been mature, but at the same time frame, of course, you 17, 18 years old, you come into this world of just straight freedom. It's this array of just understanding experiences, and you really are your own man at that point. So you have to still be, it's that term that they always say, that slogan is more so, what comes more, with freedom comes more responsibility. So I was blessed just to have favor upon my life and meeting great people, great teachers, great just just colleagues and so forth that helped me build who I am today. Yeah, so like I said, but even with the educational aspect, the professors that I did have there at Alabama State University, they encouraged me because honestly, man, I just graduated last year. It's almost a year I graduated from Alabama State University. I took time off. It took me like 9 years to get out of school. Now, of course, I was in school the whole time frame. But however, though, that's what I was saying more so with the connectional ordeal and just appreciation of my journey. Because I stopped school and I actually started my own business. But however, though, once I got the business pretty much into understanding, that's when I went back to school and finished on out. So I actually graduated last year. December 3rd will be a year that I graduated from the Alabama State University. But within that whole time frame, I still have professors and colleagues and so forth that encouraged me. And also within that time frame as well that I cannot say at least my organization, my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, they really inspired me as well. I don't think through God's understanding truthfully, they put me in a position, but Alpha really gave me a pedestal to sit upon and teach me the ways of business. I was the event coordinator for my fraternity, and man, it's the crazy thing about it was the same thing I was doing within the fraternity. I just pretty much conveyed into my own business, within the marketing ordeal, just communications and things of that nature. So, like I said beforehand, if it wasn't for Alabama State, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So, I'm most appreciative for the Alabama State University at all costs. Yes, sir.
Wow, man, appreciate the transparency, man. And I ain't caught up in how long it took. You finished, and things happen, man. Circumstances happen, but you figured out. Hey, you figured it out, and like you said, man, having a relationship with your professors, and that's really what the HBCU experience was like for myself, man. Just having that village, man. It's nothing like it. And like you said, you can choose. People choose where they go. HBCU, PWI. I don't ever get into that debate. Your choice, your school, do whatever you do,
Mm-hmm.
but man,
Exactly.
the HBCU experience, man, nothing like it.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yes, sir. So let's talk more about ALOE Center, ALOE Event Center. You already done a good job going into depth about how it all came about, what you all got going on over there. So let's talk more so specifically about your time as an event coordinator. Take me back to that first event that you put on at the event center, if you can recall, because I know you've done a lot since you've been started. So take me back to that first one and like just what was it like, man, when you pulled off your first event, man, professionally?
Man, it was an honor, man. And honestly, I'm very introverted. I don't really like being amongst a lot of people. To believe it or not, that's the crazy thing about it. People look at the Joe Blow ordeal, my brand, and everything within the aspect of my company with Allo and also my place. But I'm actually very introverted. But it's crazy. It's the ironic part about it is I love to bring experiences to people's lives. And through my uncle William Parks, who is the founder and owner within my place Uptown, and also ALOE Event Center, he gave me the chance to create my own understanding within his business. And so with my place, my first event was a college party. Just college kids coming together, just because we back then we didn't have, it wasn't too many locations in Montgomery that were pretty much college friendly at the time frame. And so that's really how I had my start off, was more so just doing college events. And the first event that we did was more of it's crazy. It was a Halloween event. It was actually a Halloween party, and we was more so understanding what that is. We did a whole haunted house in the venue, and so within the venue, we show how you could go through different phases, such as, what I'm saying, you can go through different phases of life, like depression, suicidal, just different phases that we all go through from day to day, alignments in life. But at the end of the day, it showed the promise of your higher power that you can still overcome all those obstacles. Now, at the very end of it, of course, what everybody want to do is go and party. So, but at the same time frame, I took that, not robbery, for the opportunity to also teach and also give a great experience within more of a, I say, understanding of engagement of party style feels, but at the same time, though, they still got something from that part. I feel like every time you get an opportunity, you should take upon that and really dwell within it. So yeah, so like I said beforehand, now within the party ordeal, I started to grow into more structured events, such as because I started to get older. I was, like I said, I was 19 on that time frame. I'm 28 years old now. So when you learn to know, when you know better, you'll do better. And I knew that I was getting old. I didn't want to be a club owner or anything like that. So my uncle always told me, man, you need to really go ahead and start doing structured events. And that's what I started to do. I started to get more as my clientele grew, because it's safer, and also you can be more diversified, because it's not only just weddings we do. It could be repasses, baby showers, concerts, anything with an understanding. But however, though, like I said beforehand, at the end of the day, it was definitely a great experience. That first event, man. It's like, you taste that first, with their blood, and it's like, for a fact that's your purpose. I think a lot of people in life don't understand their purpose. We live within a typical lifestyle of the society and just social media that try to they're so proven driven on, you should do this, you should be like Lil Baby, you should be like this person, you should be like that person. No, you should be like who you are destined to be in this world, and you only know that, so. And that's why I thank God for letting me realize that early on, later on in my life, because I think that's a lot of people feel short on understanding their true purpose in life, and then they look back 20 years down the road and they're like, I wish I could have did better, so I wish I would have did that, and sometimes you have to take a risk. It's a risk you have to take. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the weak, but I feel as if your heart is there, it's definitely promising though. Yes, sir.
Man, that's powerful, man. So that first event, that was when the light bulb officially came on. You knew this is what you were born to do, huh?
Oh yes, sir. Most definitely, man. Most definitely. That I knew then, because I had, I worked, shipyard. Mobile is, they call it the port city. We're known for shipyards. And I did all the welding and things, and they just like, okay, I got to use my mind. And my mom was always told me, she said, Joe, you're very brilliant, man. Like your mind is something to reckon with. And so when I finally utilized that, the understanding, and everything kind of synced on in, man. And I'm here where I am today. So like, I'm really just blessed to be in this phase of my life. And I can't wait. I really can't wait till what God has me to go in the future. Yes, sir.
Man, that's powerful, man. Shout out to Mom Dukes for just believing in
Definitely,
you and still in
definitely,
that
definitely, man. Definitely,
and
my uncle
belief
real
in you,
parts,
man.
man. Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
man.
man, you gotta have. I'm telling you something, man. All you need is sometimes, man. Most of the time, all you need is yourself. But sometimes, just having that one other person believe in you, man, it's so powerful. And it sounds like your uncle and your mom just always instill that belief in you, man. That's dope, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. That.
Cool, man. So normally when I have entrepreneurs on the platform, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. And you've already pretty much covered that first when you first got into this space and just the action you've taken to continue to thrive in this space. So I guess the last portion that I usually ask about is audacity. And you pretty much already answered that with mom and your uncle. I was gonna ask you like who gave you the audacity to keep on, keep pressing on, to keep to remain in this space and how unique it is. Like who offers that outside of your mom and your uncle, if anybody else?
Yeah. Well, just I can like I can give you a couple names and so forth. But I do have a nephew. I don't have any kids as of now. Um, but I do have a nephew. He's 3 years old, and so actually when he was born, I was actually in a bad state of my life. Just within the mentality aspect to it. suffering from suicide and depression. Like I said, I really suffered within that time frame about 4 or 5 years ago. And it's crazy. People can look at you and think, oh, you have everything going on, but they really don't know what you're dealing with. And understanding that suicide is real, depression is real, but it takes a foundation, and a higher power. And when my nephew was born, he gave me a different. When I held him, it's like the minute I held him, I just felt. I don't know, man. It's a relief. Like it was something, like a promise. Like I had to make sure I promised to him that I would do all I could for him. Like I said beforehand, and it also with my family. Just knowing that they're depending on me. As well, though. So like I said beforehand, a lot of people they sabotage themselves by trying to live this proper lifestyle, you know. And again, social media is. I think social media is great for my business, and especially within this world in today's society. You need social media to an extent to be successful with the understanding of just engagements and just the marketing ordeal. But people don't use it. It can be toxic as well, though, if you know how to use it. You know, so and I think a lot of us we look at what others are doing as opposed to what you're supposed to be doing. So going back to your question of who gave you that what if or that willpower, is my nephew, and also myself. Because I think I owed it to myself. And also with these clients, I know I'm kind of going off stage with this right here, but just knowing at the beginning when I first started doing this business, as God continues to bless you, you can't get complacent. And I had to understand like these people are actually investing in you. They're believing in you. And you're a part of these people's lives for the rest of their lives. When you do a wedding, that's unified within two people become one, and they're in your location, they're within your spirit. So that whole spiritual understanding, that contract, that's binding, man. And you have to make sure that you come through for these people. A baby shower, somebody you bring a life into this world. You're celebrating a life into this world. A repast, man. You're appreciating the life that was here and is still here. So I don't take it for granted. I don't care how minute or small the event might be or how large the event is. I still appreciate that client for believing within inside myself and my company to come through for them. And you can't take that for granted, man. You can't take that for granted because at the end of the day, your brand and your name is all you have out here. And you got to protect that at all costs.
Yes, sir. Powerful stuff, man. Definitely appreciate that breakdown, man. And love to hear it, man. Your nephew just giving you that willpower, giving you that audacity, and just seeing those smiles on your clients' faces and all that good stuff, man. That's amazing, man. Like, just sounds like you're big on service, man, and that's dope in these times because everybody's out for themselves. So to meet somebody like yourself and just hear you speaking about it, man, I'm like, man, you really put service first, man. Others first. That's dope, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. And even with within my fraternity, back in the day, that's one of our aims. You know what I'm saying? That's a principle that we stand upon, and also within my company, my events and ordeal, we always do a give back. Every year we're doing a give back. If it's a Turkey Day give back or Christmas give back, we're doing something to accompany the community because the community is you. You are the community. We have to support each other. It takes a village to raise not only a child but everyone to an extent. We can learn from each another and so forth. So that's what we always try to give back in a magnificent way. Just show appreciation back to the city of Montgomery because without Montgomery and surrounding areas, we wouldn't be who we are today to give off this experience. So we definitely appreciate everyone. And it's just like yourself, because just you calling me up and just asking me to be a part of this, and I feel like you're doing a great job. I want you to continue to move forward. And man, I believe God will continue to manifest in your life and everything. But I appreciate just this platform to be on right now. I truly do.
Yes, sir, man. No doubt. So, ALOE Event Center, man, you've done great things in the event coordinator, venue operations space, and I know great things are coming down the pipeline. So that leads to my next portion, vision. What are some of your short-term and long-term goals for the business?
Yes, sir. So within the business ordeal, just expansion. This for multiple locations. So like I said beforehand, so we do have two locations right now within my place uptown, and also we have again ALOE Event Center, but just to expand within like ALOE Mobile, ALOE Houston, ALOE Tampa Bay, Florida. Because this will be a multi-billion-dollar type of industry real soon. I can assure you that this actually God's name, and I promise you that because right now what we're doing, it's really miraculous. I keep on striving on God because He is the forefront. And also, it's hard working, a determination. We do have a great team. that accompanies us as well. Though it's just not me and my uncle. I have an aunt, Karen Turner. Marlo Pickett. He's actually on over there at my place uptown. Miss Veronica. It's so many people that's Miss Joy. It's so many people that we have that makes this one. And a lot of people look at, they see me all the time on social media, but no, I'm just a man beyond the camera. It's so much it takes to run this operation. It's not just one person at all. Because to give out an experience of this nature, it's gonna take them. It's gonna take a team. Now, the crazy thing about it is, it's not a large scale team. It might be only like say 10 of us, eight, like really about 7 to 10 people on this team. You know, and so you having like 4 or 5 events at the same day. You might have you might have 8 events, 9 events that weekend, and this is every weekend now. As we speak right now, we're getting ready to for 2 weddings this weekend, a baby shower and a quinceañera, and also just diversify within the ethnic ordeal as well, though. So it's not just now we're blessed to have our African American community, which have actually pushed us to higher heights. But now we're seeing more of the Latino community come out. You know what I'm saying? And just this the bilingual aspect to it. We're Caucasian as well, though. So it's like it's no color at ALOE. We don't want to brand off with just color. We appreciate our culture, true enough, but we're also seeing that we can bind everyone into a building, and that's a testimony by itself. You have people from all areas of life, colors, you know what I'm saying, beliefs coming into one building to enjoy themselves. That's not normal, So it's deeper than just business, man. And I think people fail to realize that they think about just the dollar all the time. You will be enslaved by money. Money is only powerful to people that don't have it.
Facts.
I'm down. And that's under the God truth.
Hey man, you spitting right now, bro. Hey, go, bro. I ain't gonna. I'm
You
quiet,
know,
man.
no, I mean that's the truth. My uncle actually told me that a long time ago, and as I started to understand that you are being enslaved by that mentality, you have to understand, find your passion. What's the passion behind your purpose? And once you find that purpose, your purpose will pay for your passion, and you'll never work another day in your life.
Hey man, right on, man. But nah, that's some great stuff. And in terms of just the overall goal to expand, I have no doubt that you all will make all those come to fruition. Whatever city y'all decide to
Yes,
set up
sir.
shop, man, it's gonna be a huge success.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely, like I said. So at least I'm looking for at least 12 locations within
Oh,
the
no
next three,
doubt.
4 years. Yeah, man. Like I said. So, but yeah, the area. I mean, I know you've been there a couple of times, and
Mhm.
but the area is actually now Allo is, I want to say, 35,000 square feet. So it's pretty much compartmentalized in 5 sections.
Mhm.
So now within these sections and so forth, there's secluded rooms, so you don't know what's going on the other side because the sound insulated on walls and so forth. So everybody's in their own area. So you don't even know it's like 4 other events going at the same time, right? They all have their own bathrooms, everything that they need to utilize their event they can have in the area. We're in a nice shopping center. Ordeers really it was a vacant shopping center, and we took it amongst ourselves. My uncle had this vision during the pandemic, when the world was at a standstill, and I always told we told each other, as if the ones that sit here in this pandemic and wait for that stimulus check, and, and the ones that sit here, and waiting for government aid, which is nothing wrong with that. But this is the time, you only have a couple times in life that you can really, again, opportunity is not always given like this. So you need to think about your next move. And so my uncle had this great, he had this belief and he had this understanding from God to, hey man, let's get this other building. And he already knew what he had to do with it. So like I said, so me being his protege and seeing what he's doing, man, and just being a part of this, like because it's a blessing to have somebody to mentor you, you know. And the blessing is for me is I can convey that message to another young brother, another young sister, to how my come up was, and it's not even a come up. It's really just it's more so it's a placement of great faith and phasing within life, So that hustling mentality I had back in the day, you can hustle on for so long. You got to keep that. You got to keep that motive now, but that mind has to change though. You don't want to stay stagnant within that hustle because that hustle won't stay a hustle. You need to find something that's gonna be starting the foundation for yourself, generational wealth. Because I don't like work for nobody. I'm being honest with you. I
Much
don't.
respect,
I,
man. Nothing wrong with that.
and it's nothing wrong with having a job now.
Mhm.
It's nothing wrong with having a job.
No, not at all.
Yeah, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So I mean, the people that have a job and so forth, I commend them. But like, again, you have to understand where you are in life. And if you can find that you're not a hobby. See, a hobby is something you just doing for fun. Uh, but you have to have a love for it. See, fun and love are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Fun is temporary. But
Right.
what if your love is consistent for what you love with your passion, that's when it can really pay you. And it's not just about again about the monetary ordeal. It's really just your time. You don't mind spending time at that location. I know people right now that just hate to be going, they just hate to go to work. You know, or even hate the entrepreneurship drive they have. So you can't. No, nobody's forcing you to do it. You have to figure out what. But also within obstacles in life, now when you have families to take care of and things of that nature, you have to do what you got to do out here, most definitely. But if you have that power to find out what you want to do, even with yourself, when you start this podcast, nobody told you to do it. You had this thought within your mind, say, hey, listen, I can start a podcast. And look at you now, and look look. I can just imagine where you're going to be growing within the next 6 months to a year. But it took you to take that initiative for yourself. You know,
Yes, sir.
So
No
like I said,
doubt.
yeah, man. Like I said, people don't they don't take mind of that, man. But yeah, I think also too is having like-minded individuals around you. Your circle is everything. You have to make sure your circle is tight. You have to make sure that I don't like being around people. I like to learn from people. So I don't mind talking to anybody, but you want to be around like-minded individuals that have that drive for success. That are hungry. Because you being around, again, but that crab in a bucket type of mentality. If you stay around crabs, you become a crab.
Mm.
You know, so you have to be around people that are even doing better than you. And people, you can't. I don't look at it as oh he's doing better. I want to talk to him. No, no, it's okay to give somebody their flowers. You know, and I don't hate on. You can't hate about what nobody else is doing out here. This their season,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep working, and your season will come. You know, but if you don't, again, if you drought on and if you're looking for just people to just to piggyback off you and things of that nature, it's not gonna happen like that, man. It takes hard work and determination, and it doesn't happen overnight. They always say a real business, you don't really start seeing a true profit within the first 3 to 5 years
Mm.
within a real business. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
man.
takes time. It takes time to water that seed. You know,
Yes, sir. No
yes,
doubt,
sir. Like,
man. And no, sir, no doubt. Like you were saying earlier, man, just in terms of um, chasing money and making that the main thing, how it like you didn't say it this way, but I proceeded this way. Like it's really self-destructive, and money is like you said, man, if you work at this thing and you really pour into this, man, like your passion, your purpose is to pay you. And like when I started this podcast, I didn't do it to make a dime, and it's still that at this moment as we speak, but I love it. That's why I show up and I do
mm-hmm,
it, because I know Montgomery is a lot of dope entrepreneurs connected with this city, whether you're
mm-hmm.
from here or you lived here for a significant period of your life, which actually transitioned perfectly into my $1 million question as I wrap up the podcast. You being here by way of Mobile, I want to ask you, man, what do you appreciate the most about the Gump?
Just the welcoming spirit, man. Again, like when I first came here and so forth, like from where I'm from, Mobile's a great city, and that's my foundation. But when I came to Montgomery, it just seemed like it was the open arms. You know, Now you always have your certain divisions within the city and everything, but no, it's a family. I feel like it's a family in Montgomery. It really is. And when people see that you're doing something positive, they don't mind supporting you. If again you have those right business ethics, and make sure you have the right mindset of doing certain things. But Montgomery has definitely, since I was in college until my more adulthood or deal within this business, man, like this maturation ordeal, it's been a blessing. Like I say, I will always make sure to give back to Montgomery because Montgomery helped make me. It gave me that platform. I don't honestly, I didn't have this mindset while I was in Mobile, and also had my uncle being Will Parks and everything, and him being here as well, though him showing me the ropes. He's a Montgomery native as well, though. So like I said, I had a lot of people here, just to support me, man. Like I really to this day I'm just kind of I'm just amazed, and I'm at all at times just seeing where I've came in the past 10 years of doing this business. But it's definitely a blessing, man. Like I said, so Montgomery, Alabama, that 334, Monkey Town all day. I can't, it's, you know, that's really this is all over me in Montgomery, Alabama. Even when I leave, I do look to leave soon. I said more trying to expand within the business aspect to it. But I'll forever have Montgomery in my heart. Now, of course, the business with that, the ALOE in my place was still staying here in Montgomery. We just plan on just moving this business, moving this love to other locations. But Montgomery has definitely been the foundation for Joe Jones, ALOE Event Center, my place uptown. So much, much love, much appreciation. Yes, sir.
Already. So how can the people connect with you, Joe? What are your social media handles?
Yes, sir. So actually, now for IG is two underscores lowercase JOBLO. That's two underscores lowercase JOBLO as in Joe Blow. Now also within when you go to Joe Blow, you will see within my bio, you will see ALOEismyplace.com. So if say any potential clients might want us to see what we have to offer, things of that nature, they can click on ALOEismyplace.com and it'll pull up the website and you can actually, you can do a whole virtual tour ordeal. You can go and book, you can see what we have to offer, things and nature as well, though. Within Facebook, I have Joe Jones, Joe, last name Jones, Jones. It's in Facebook, and so I always try to make sure every weekend I do the visuals to see what we have to offer. Every interview I have from clients. So people have more of an engagement or to see, okay, this is what they're doing. This week is this was that. And I think that's too it's powerful because every time they come on the page, they do something different every weekend. Every weekend. And I think people love consistency too. They're seeing that you're doing something positive and you're consistent with it. So yeah, but those are my handles though.
Good stuff, man. And of course, I'll put all of that in the description of the episode. Hey, Joe, thanks again for the conversation, man. I really appreciate you.
Yes, no, dogs all love, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good people. That
Oh,
concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. We gone, but before we leave, remember, be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Gone. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Until next time.